for week 12 against the spread and straight up. So let's start off with the first game of the week on Thanksgiving, the Bills at the Lions. The Bills are favored by 8.5 on the road. The Lions are coming off 3 straight wins, guys. The Bills, they had a bounce back win actually in Detroit versus the Browns because, of the snow. This is a pretty big spread in my opinion. The Bills, I think they're going to be able to handle business, though, versus this Lions team. But you can't count out this Lions team. They're very gritty. They absolutely dominated the Giants. So I'm going to take the Bills to win this one straight out because I still feel like the Bills are one of the best teams in the league despite their recent losses. But give me the Lions to cover this spread. This is a big spread, and I think the Lions are going to be very competitive with the Bills. This is going to be a good game, guys. Next, we got the Giants at the Cowboys. The Cowboys are favored by 8.5. And oh my gosh, I'm a Giants fan if you guys are new here, and I am not looking forward to this game. This game could actually ruin my Thanksgiving. I don't want to watch it. There's going to be people over here and we're all going to be having a good time. And then this game is going to come on and the whole Giants squad is injured and I'm going to have to watch them get absolutely destroyed by the Cowboys. And I'm going to be really upset and it's going to ruin the good tasting food because I'm going to want to throw up because the Giants performance is going to be so bad and all that. So yeah, if you can't tell, I'm taking the Cowboys to win this game straight up and cover the spread. So many Giants players are injured. They're going to be playing on a short week after the Cowboys just absolutely destroyed the Vikings, destroyed the one-loss Vikings. Well, they were one loss, before they played the Cowboys. So this is going to be ugly for the Giants, in my opinion. Taking the Cowboys to win and taking them to cover the spread. Patriots at the Vikings, the last game of Thanksgiving. Vikings are favored by 3 at home. Patriots are coming off a last-second win versus the Jets where they scored a walk-off punt return touchdown. Pretty crazy. They only scored 3 points before that, though. Vikings are obviously coming off a terrible loss, like I just said, versus the Cowboys, where they absolutely got destroyed at home. But it's a quick turnaround. They're playing on Thanksgiving. They got to bounce back. I think they're going to be emotional. I think they're going to have a chip on their shoulder. So I'm picking the Vikings to win this one. Yes, the Patriots, they have a good defense. I think they're actually going to be able to kind of lock down Justin Jefferson. Well, not lock him down, but, not let him go for 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. But I don't trust this Patriots offense. I don't trust Mac Jones. I don't trust them, especially on the road. So give me the Vikings to win this one and give me them to cover the spread. I think the Patriots defense is going to keep this a pretty low-scoring game like they did last week versus the Jets. But I still think the Vikings are going to be able to bounce back and win this game. So Vikings straight up and Vikings to cover the spread. Moving on to Sunday, we got the Broncos at the Panthers. The Broncos are 2.5-point favorites on the road and just oof, this game is going to be ugly. This game is going to be ugly. A very low-scoring game is going to be... It's not going to be good. I don't want to watch this game, guys. Sorry if you're a fan of either of these teams. But honestly, I'm going to do something a little crazy here. I'm going to pick the Panthers to win this one straight up. I'm going to do it. The Panthers were pretty competitive with the Ravens. And yeah, they lost, but they were pretty competitive with them for the majority of the game. They kept it a game. They weren't totally demolished by them by any means. And this Panthers defense, it's pretty good. We know this Broncos offense is not good at all. They just cut Melvin Gordon today. It's just a really bad offense. Russ has underperformed so much. Give me the Panthers to win this one straight up. I think it's going to be a really, really low-scoring game. The Broncos have a good defense, too. I think a defensive touchdown is gonna decide this game. I think a defensive touchdown is really going to decide this game. So give me the Panthers to win straight up, and obviously give me them plus 2.5, I guess. Falcons at the Commanders. The Commanders are 3.5-point favorites at home. Commanders had a rough start to the season, but then Taylor Heineke comes in for an injured Carson Wentz, and boom, this team has all their mojo back. They're on a win streak right now. They absolutely dominated the Texans. Give me the Commanders to win at home. They just have momentum. They're on fire right now. Can't go against them right now. So give me them straight up and give me them to cover the 3.5 points. Texans at the Dolphins. The Dolphins are 12.5-point favorites at home. Let's just get it out of the way. I'm picking the Dolphins to win straight up. They're playing the worst team in the league. Dolphins offense has been on fire. Yes, their defense hasn't been that good, but also the Texans offense is not very good at all. But 12.5 points, guys, that's a big spread. I kind of want to pick the Texans to cover the spread just because it's so big. There might be a garbage time touchdown from the Texans that keeps it within 12.5. So yeah, Dolphins straight up. Give me the Texans plus 12.5. I don't know. That spread is huge. I'm a little nervous to say the Dolphins will cover. Bengals at the Titans. The Bengals are favored by 1 on the road, surprisingly. I'm actually surprised the Titans aren't favored in this game, but this is a tough game to decide because the Titans have such a good defense. I mean, we remember what happened when the Bengals and Titans met up in the playoffs. Joe Burrow was sacked, 9 times? He was sacked a ton. Bengals still ended up winning somehow. I don't know where to go with this one because this Bengals O-line is still not good. The Bengals have underperformed this year, in my opinion. Yes, they're coming off back-to-back wins, but they weren't the most impressive wins. They beat the Panthers by a lot, and they beat the Steelers by not a ton. It was a competitive game in the fourth quarter. Like, it was still a game. They never ran away from the Steelers like they did with the Panthers. Oh, I don't know what to do with this one, guys. My heart wants me to say the Bengals, but my brain wants me to say the Titans. Like, this is very difficult. Okay, I don't know what to go with here. I'm going to go with the Bengals. So I'm going to roll with the Bengals. I don't know. That's just me and my heart doing that. I'm going to roll with the Bengals, and I'll have them covering the 1-point spread, I guess. This is a tough one, but I'm going to go with the Bengals, even though maybe my brain thinks that's a dumb move. Bears at the Jets. The Jets are favored by 6 at home. The Jets defense, it's outstanding. It's one of the best in the league. The Jets offense, one of the worst in the league. Teams are daring Zach Wilson to throw the ball, and he can't do it. Bears, Justin Fields been playing outstanding. Their defense hasn't been too good since the trade deadline. I'm going to go with the Jets to win this one straight up because I think their defense can make it difficult for Justin Fields, and I think one of these Jets running backs is going to be able to break off a big run, get into the end zone, maybe a Jets defensive touchdown. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, but give me the Bears +6. Give me the Bears with the points, Jets straight up. I think the Bears can keep it close. Buccaneers at the Browns. The Buccaneers are favored by 3 on the road. Buccaneers coming off back-to-back wins. Well, they actually are just coming off a bye, but before the bye, back-to-back wins. I feel like Tom is back. I'm confident in this team again. I got to roll with the Bucs. I felt like they were back after that last-second win versus the Rams. Yes, the Rams aren't good, but it's a type of last-second win like that can really unite a team, get them hyped up, and then they went out and they won versus Seattle, which is a good team. So I'm going to roll with the Bucs here because I think they're heading in the right direction, and the Browns are just a mess right now. They're not very good. Ravens at Jacksonville. Ravens are favored by 4 on the road. Listen, the Ravens kind of surprised me. They kind of struggled with the Panthers. Like, they did not run away with that game. They should have run away with that game, but they didn't run away with that game. The Jaguars haven't played too well this year. They've had their good moments. They've had a lot of not so good moments. I'm going to roll with the Ravens to win this one straight up because I think they'll figure it out. I think they'll be able to go down there and win. Maybe last week was a wake-up call. Maybe last week was kind of like a trap game for them playing the Panthers. So I'm going to go with them to win straight up, and I'm going to go with them to cover the 4-point spread. That's kind of a decent amount of points, but I think the Ravens will have a bounce-back game this week. Chargers at the Cardinals. The Chargers are favored by 3.5 on the road. Chargers, heartbreaking loss versus the Chiefs. I mean, they just couldn't stop that Chiefs game-winning drive. I mean, it's very hard to stop a Patrick Mahomes game-winning drive. Herbert, he looked pretty good. Hopefully Mike Williams will be back for this game. I'm recording this on a Monday, so I'm not sure what happened in the Cardinals game. I'm recording this before Monday Night Football. Not sure what Mike Williams' situation is with his ankle. He came back, but then he injured it again in the game. I got to roll with the Chargers here. I got to roll with Justin Herbert. They're still very much in playoff contention. The Cardinals are kind of a mess this year. Kyler Murray's kind of been a mess this year. Tempers have kind of been flaring on the sideline a little bit at times. So give me the Chargers here. I think Justin Herbert's going to be able to elevate them to victory. And yeah, I'll take the Chargers to cover the 3.5-point spread too. Raiders at Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 4. I got to go with the Seahawks here straight up, guys. I mean, this Seahawks team has surprised everyone. Geno has played really well. This defense has definitely stepped up in later weeks. I got to go with them straight up. They're just a much better team than the Raiders, and they have a lot more to play for than the Raiders. I really think trading Derek Carr this offseason is a possibility for the Raiders, so give me the Seahawks straight up, and I think they'll cover the 4-point spread. Saints at the 49ers. The 49ers are favored by 8.5. I got to roll with the 49ers here straight up. They're playing tonight, like I said, and I'm recording this before Monday Night Football, so I don't know how they play versus the Cardinals. I'm expecting a win, but like I said, I'm rolling with the 49ers to win this one straight up versus the Saints. Saints defense has been very decent this year, but their offense has been really bad. I think this 49ers offense, though, is better than the Saints defense. I think they're going to be able to outplay them, even though the Saints defense has shown flashes. So give me the 49ers to cover the spread as well. Rams at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 15. Favored by 15 versus the defending Super Bowl champs. How the mighty have fallen in the Rams. How the Super Bowl champs have become a joke this year. So obviously I'm going with the Chiefs to win straight up. 15 is a huge spread. Yes, the Rams are in shambles right now, but I have to pick them to cover the 15-point spread. 15 points, that's a ton. Give me them to cover because it's just a lot of points, and yeah. Steelers at the Colts. Colts are favored by 3 at home. I'm happy for the Colts because I picked them to cover last week versus the Eagles, and they did. So thank you for that, Colts. I appreciate that, Jeff Saturday. I wish you pulled off the upset as a Giants fan. You know, that'd be good for me. You guys fell just a point short. But I'm going to roll with you guys again. Jeff Saturday, you've really proven me wrong. You've definitely given me confidence in you. You've surprised me a ton. Like, this is actually crazy how Jeff Saturday is coaching for a guy who had not coached in the collegiate or NFL level before. Like, he's had 2 pretty impressive games for the Colts, even though they lost versus the Eagles. It was still an impressive performance, in my opinion. I think if you just feed Jonathan Taylor again and try to run the ball down the Steelers' throats, even though the Steelers have a good defense and they have a better run defense than the Eagles, I want to roll with the Colts here. Their offense has struggled this year. Colts are at home. I like the Colts to win this game, and I'm going to take them to cover the 3-point spread, guys. Shout out to you guys that predicted correct upsets last week. If you want to be featured in the video, comment your upset of the week in the chat down below, and you might be featured. Appreciate you guys watching till the end. Peace.